Well, there we go. That's how quickly the weather can change in the Canary Islands. 1 minute it's 23 degrees and you're in a swimming pool. The next minute it's pouring down. But yeah, a bit of a wet and miserable day, isn't it, Pip? You can't go out. Can't go out to play. No. Good morning. It's our final day in the villa. We're just doing our last checks, making sure everything's closed. It's only just getting light because it's about 8:15 in the morning. I've got to make sure that we haven't left anything because you have to put the keys back in the key safe and then you can't get back in. So definitely worthwhile doing. Nothing in here. Oh yeah, I had a haircut. Very nice. And nothing. No, all good. Goodbye, Paul. Right, that's it then. Let's leave the villa.
Did you get your blanket?
Yes. I have my blanket. Good boy. Keys in the safe, door's shut. Mandy's in the car.
No, I'm not.
Mandy's nearly in the car. Can you take my bag? Thank you. Right. Let's go. Going in then, Pip. Go in the van. Good girl. So we're at TJ Parking, which is kind of central to the island, just slightly north of the airport, which the airplane goes over the exact time I'm going to start recording. So basically with this place you can pay €50 a month and park your motorhome, caravan, boat, whatever. I think we're the only British one here now. Last year there was a couple of other UK vehicles. But you have fresh water that you can fill up your water tank. You can empty your grey waste and you can empty your black waste, your black water, your toilet. And because it's central on the island, for €50 a month, it's not actually that bad. I mean, if you can go 3 or 4 days, you know, with your toilet and with your grey water and stuff, because it's central to the island, you've got to move every 3 days anyway from whatever park up you're at. So it can work out quite well. And you can also wash your van here. So when you consider it's about €3 or €4 to use the pressure washers that they have in these various sites and petrol stations, and you're not really supposed to use pressure washers anyway, you've got to do it at a bit of a distance because of the seals. And then it's €2 or €3 to empty your toilet with the toilet cassette machines. And once you add it all up and with water and everything, €50 a month to have a place where you can do everything is not that bad. And also you can park your vehicle. If you're going to go to another island but not take your motorhome, you can park it here and then go over on the ferry. You can fly to the other islands with Binta. Lots of options really. So for the price, really, really good. We're just going to go and empty the toilet and spray the van off because it's got a bit of salt water on it. So I'll show you the facilities over there. So you've got fresh water on that little reel over there. Then this is your grey water dumping station. And then this is your toilet emptying station over here. So it's not a bad little setup actually, it's pretty decent. I'll get the toilet out, I'm not gonna make you watch this. And then you've got the hose here, so you tap that, turn that on. Yep, there we go. So we've got water. Let's get some of this reel off. There we go. Switch that on, and we have water. Need to get a brush actually, there's no brush. Last year when we were here I bought a brush for washing the van with. I used it a couple of times and I left it down here by the bloody water thing, didn't I? Within a day it was gone. Don't know who had that. Someone got a free brush. I bet that was snapped up. Get a lot of salt water on your van here, and rust is obviously an issue because it's right next to the sea. So you have to be a bit careful. And the bloody flies. The toilet stations here. Oh, keep the hose. Oh, I just soaked myself. Absolutely soaked myself. Just got absolutely bloody drenched.
Andy,
Yeah.
you're not doing it the correct Spanish way. You're supposed to take your t-shirt off.
What?
You're supposed to take your t-shirt off.
Yeah,
Come on. Hello. Buenos dias.
Right, we're all sorted. Services completed. Van rinsed. Not washed, but rinsed. It will do for now. Next stop, supermarket. Fill the water back up and on the road again.
Let's go.
So we're just sat waiting to go down to Papagayo at the moment. We're going to try and get in there for tonight, which is one of the, well, supposedly one of the nicest beaches in Europe. It was win loads of awards for being a stunning beach. It's okay. I mean, it's always quite busy there these days, so it's not as great as it used to be. But it's still nice to stay next to a decent beach. The road in there is incredibly rough. It's a graded dirt road, so it feels like you're driving on a cattle grid for over 1 kilometre. So if you're worried about things getting shook about, or if you've got a crack in your windscreen, then probably not advisable to go down there. But we're going to go down and give it a go tonight and see how busy it is, because previous times we've been down there, the car parks have just been filled with motorhomes and we've not been able to get in at all. But while we're waiting, I keep making a list of things that we need to let people know if they're going to make this journey, and I keep forgetting to talk about it, so you'll have to forgive me for looking down, but I've got a list on my phone so that I don't forget. So the first thing I was going to mention was the fuel prices. They are incredibly low compared to what you would be used to in the UK. If you go to Arrecife, which is the capital of the island, and also where most of the fuel comes from when it's imported, you can get the fuel for as low as €1 up to like €1.03, which is like 90p a litre, which is insane, because in the UK I think at the moment it's around 150 a litre for diesel. In the Canary Islands, diesel is actually cheaper than petrol, which is unusual, but it's because there's very few diesel vehicles other than commercial vehicles here. Most of the hire cars, rental cars and stuff are all petrol, so diesel is not as sought after here, therefore it's cheaper. I was told that they actually buy a lot of their fuel from Africa, which is why it's cheaper. But I know the Canarian government also uses, well, they offer a subsidy because of the fuel crisis, however many years ago that was now, when all the fuel prices soared up. They discounted it hugely to help people on the island, and that also helped tourists. But the prices are still low. If anything, actually, they're lower this year than they were when we came here last year, which is good. And equally, the auto gas, when we filled up the other day, it was 90 cents a litre. So that would be about 77p a litre, 78p a litre maybe. And at home at the moment we're paying around £1.10, which would be sort of 1.30 cents, you know, €1.30. So the gas prices are really cheap. I mean, it was like 16 quid to fill our bottles, whereas at home it would be £28, so it's a considerable difference. The water prices, drinking water, I wanted to mention, that is a lot cheaper, which is why we fill our fresh water tank with bottled water. It was around 90 cents for an 8 litre bottle in Aldi, in Playa Blanca, and we can fill our tank. I think it worked out to about £12 or something like that. Back home in the UK, we spend almost £20 a week on water, so it is cheaper to use bottled water to live with here than it is just to use natural water at home. So that's good, and it means you can fill your tank up and you know it's fresh and it's not desalinated, so it hasn't got a bit of a funny smell. So yeah, emptying the toilet is the next thing. Quite a lot of people have asked us actually after our trip last year and also this year about emptying the toilet. And even people on the island we've been chatting to occasionally have been sort of curious. So in Playa Blanca, where we spend a majority of our time because it's generally warmer there, there is a household recycling centre on the outskirts of town, which is around the sort of Castillo de Agua area heading towards Papagayo. If anyone knows the route that goes from Playa Blanca up through the mountains through Femes, then it's that tip there. There is a big septic tank there, and if you go and ask, they allow you to empty your chemical toilet straight into that. The only downside is there's no hose for rinsing your toilet. Other than that, in Tinajo, Taiche, and I can't remember the last place. I think there's one in Arrecife actually as well, but they have those toilet cassette cleaning machines which are €3. So you put your full toilet cassette into the machine, put the euros in, the shutter shuts down, it sucks everything out of the toilet, rinses the toilet, dries the toilet, and then dumps the chemicals in, and then you pull it out. It takes a couple of minutes. Only downside is obviously if you're going to empty your toilet every couple of days, it's going to cost you €3 every couple of days. There are a couple of places. One is coming out of Taiche towards Arrecife. There is a Cepsa petrol station there, who has like a services thing. You put like €1 or €2 in, you can use the jet wash, you can empty your grey waste, and you can empty your toilet, but there's not a freshwater fill in there. And a lot of the petrol stations, they don't allow you to use the water fillers for motorhomes. Same actually going back to the gas. There's a few stations here that do auto gas, but they will not let you fill up refillable gas bottles in your motorhome. They will always say no auto caravanner on the signs. It is only for vehicles that use LPG as the combustion for the engine. So you have to go to Arrecife. That's the only one. Is between Arrecife and Costa Teguise. There's a DISA petrol station. That's the one you have to use if you're filling refillable gas bottles. That's about it really. I mean, I think as far as services and things go, there is only one official campsite on the island of Lanzarote, which is Papagayo. That is open for 1 week during Easter, and then it closes again until summer, and then it's open I think for 6 weeks in the summer. From the pictures I've seen, doesn't look great, but you know, on an island where a majority of the time it's sunny, most things look worn out and knackered anyway, even when they're not very old. But it does look a bit packed. On the other islands there are a lot more campsites, and they're ones that are open all year round, and obviously wild camping is still an option. I mean, camping is not technically allowed, but sleeping in your vehicle is, and the campervan rental companies are thriving on the islands. Even on booking.com you can actually book a campervan that's parked in a car park in Costa Teguise and go and stay in it. So there is no issue with wild camping as long as you're respectful and you're not an absolute idiot, and you move on every now and again, then it's okay. But having said that, we met a couple from the Netherlands in La Santa, and who were there the entire time we've been back and forth, over a week. They've stayed in exactly the same spot. No one says a word, so I'm not sure if anyone is particularly bothered, unless you start causing issues obviously in the area. So if you have got any other questions, or if there's anything that you think I've missed out, or inevitably I have missed out, then just drop us a comment below. We reply to all the comments personally, and we reply to every single one. So as long as you're polite and nice, then we will reply to you, and you can ask any question you like.
Here we are, coming up to Papagayo. I still wouldn't say
Papagayo.
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 Alright, I'm not going to say it anymore. Right, anyway, this is the toll booth. Usually someone will be here waiting to take your payment of, was it €3?
€3, cash or card.
Let's bit bumpy,
A bit.
as you can sort of tell with my arm going up and down, and probably can't hear me very well because it's quite noisy back there. Everything seems to be okay though. Oh, Andy's clothes are swinging in the bathroom, the shower room. Pippin, how you doing? A bit bumpy, yes? Where are we going? We're going to the beach.
It's got a lot worse. It's
Yeah.
actual like holes.
I think it was worse when we came here last year though, in the last motorhome.
No, well, it had recently been graded, so we were like bumping sideways. But now that's all worn away with all the heavy rain over Christmas. So I think it's gone back to like holes. Look where the water's washed the road away. Look. Probably worth telling people as well that if you've got a hire car in Lanzarote, you're not actually insured to drive down here. And it's the same with the abandoned hotel, you're not insured to go off-road. So you're only covered if you're on public roads. Because this is part of the National Park's private road network, you're not actually insured to come down here. So you do it at your own risk.
Oh, big holes.
Right, we've arrived on Playa de Papagayo, which, as you can see, this is our parking spot. This is our view, straight out over the beach. There is a sign here, it says no caravans, no motorhomes, no camping. But we're not camping, we're sleeping in our vehicle. But the scenery is excellent. It's really quiet around here, actually. It's really, really nice. We're very lucky. In the other car park, there's a couple of vans, a motorhome, and a 4x4 with some people from Gran Canaria, and they're just sleeping in the seats of their car, and it looked like they're setting up a campfire. So we don't really want to be too much near a campfire. They seem a little bit crazy. So we're going to park here for the night, see if we can get away with it. And yeah, fingers crossed we'll be all right. It is off season, it's pretty quiet, so oh well, we'll see. Okay, I'll give you a little view of whereabouts we are. We are parked right in the corner of this big old car park. You can probably just make out the purple flowers actually that are everywhere on the island at the moment, the wildflowers. So the far left hand side, this is called Playa Mujeres. The far left hand side is the naturist side, and the far right hand side is the normal side and the family side. So if you come here, depending if you want to be naked or see people naked, then that's where you do. Stick to the left or stick to the right. I'm going to go and eat this roast dinner that Mandy's cooking, but I just thought I'd give you a view of the backdrop. It's pretty exceptional. And poor Mandy's in here slaving away over our dinner, making our shitty roast.
Shit, bleak. No.
Beepy. Yeah. Cooking away. It's a quick one this week. We bought a already cooked chicken from Aldi. They're a bit dry, they're not great, but once you douse it in gravy, then it's not so bad really. A roast dinner's a roast dinner at the end of the day. Pippin. I was saying how well behaved you were. Now you're begging for food. It wasn't for you, that went in the bin. Got Mandy's homemade bins here. 8 litre water bottles cut in half. Well, quarter of the top cut off and then the bag folded over. They're quite useful as waste paper bins actually. The bloody sky we got out here today.
I'm trying to do your heart.
You done me a heart? Oh, where's my heart? Oh, look.
I'm going
She
to break
loves me.
No, I'm just about to break
You're
it.
going to break my heart. Oh, that's not very
That
nice.
sounds like an evil laugh.
That was a cackle. The dinner is coming. I can see it.
I drop it.
Getting excited. I can smell it as well. Smells lovely. When did we have a roast dinner? Wonderful.
Oh.
It's not for you, Pip. Don't get excited. Look at that beauty. My mum's going to be complaining again that my dinners are too big. You know that? She moans I'm eating too much. Oh well. Well, we're absolutely stuffed from that roast dinner and very, very tired. It's just got dark earlier on. Pippin's out like a light cuddling our teddy bear. Mandy's chilling over there with a decaffeinated coffee because it's a bit late for a full caffeinated coffee. There's a lot of people going in and out of this car park constantly. Groups of people going down to the beach, so it's quite noisy, but it's not particularly late yet. And then a little van has pulled up immediately behind us. When I say a little van, it's like a little C15 Citroen size van. And they're sat outside at the moment with torches on and all sorts, so it might not be the quietest night, we'll see. Well, it's not too bad, and like I say, it's not that late yet anyway, so it might be alright. But we'll see. Mandy's still suffering with her foot.
I just went like that and it just went like shooting.
Shooting pains, yeah. Her toes are like, two of her toes are like pulling themselves together in a sort of cramping style, so 2 days till the x-ray and then we'll find out what she's done.
How much of a baby I am, more like.
I don't think you're being a baby. Whatever you've done, it's just, if it's not broken, then it's just severely sprained, cracked, crushed or twisted, isn't it? But oh well, we'll be going to bed shortly anyway, I'm sure, so we'll see what the night brings and then hopefully it'll be a nice morning.
Buenos tardes.
Buenos tardes is good afternoon.
Oh, buenos noches.
Buenos noches.
My
You'll get
is
there.
rubbish.
You'll get there eventually.